Most people would think that these terms for financing would be a no-brainer, but the fact of the matter is that in this example right here, it would cost you $20,000 in interest. Hey guys, Tyler here. With interest rate at historical lows and property values at historic highs, it is a common occurrence for the topic of refinancing to come up. In fact, just a few days ago, my father-in-law sat over on the couch right behind me telling me how he wanted to refinance his home and pull out the equity so he can stick it in the stock market. I told him to put it all on Shiba Inu. Don't do that. Now, I put together a refinance calculator that I'm going to be using today in a couple examples, and I'm gonna make sure that that's available to you here, and I'm gonna provide you with some more details here later in the video. And like I say in almost every video, if you find these helpful and informative, please hit that like button. I'm literally sitting on the other side of these videos, staring intently at the like button, waiting for that sudden burst of euphoria when I see those likes climb. Let's get into the video. Okay guys, so there are a few reasons why someone like you might look to refinance their home. Here are a few reasons. Some of you might want to actually just get a lower interest rate because you have a higher one right now. Or maybe your home has increased in value and you want to pull out a home equity line of credit like my father-in-law. Debt consolidation is another reason you may want to refinance, trying to eliminate some of the debt like a second mortgage, maybe credit card debt, or even student loan debt that you may have. Also, increasing or decreasing the mortgage duration on a home is another reason many people refinance. Or changing from a variable rate to a fixed interest rate to reduce your risk if something happens in the future that may cause a variable rate to go up that's completely outside of your control is another reason many people do this. It just brings that sense of security. And lastly, many may just want to remove PMI insurance from their FHA or conventional loan that they currently have right now. Now, while all of these are legitimate reasons to refinance, not all are going to be advantageous, as we'll see here shortly. Here are some of the negatives that you need to watch out for. Number one, refinancing can actually be very expensive. National average for refinancing is somewhere around $5,000 just to refinance with all the closing costs that you're going to have. Also, you'll never actually own the property if you always refinance your home. Many times people refinance, they're looking to save on the interest rate, and when they do that, that 30-year mortgage starts over and over again every time you refinance unless you bump it up to a 15-year loan. And the last thing is that it can actually cost you more over the long run, even with lower interest rates. So we're gonna go ahead and jump over to the screen and show you exactly how some of these negatives can apply to you. And while all of these examples are legitimate, I wanna make sure that you're financially smart in the decisions you're making by providing you with some of these examples and giving you this calculator at the end of the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Right up here, this is the calculator that I've been talking about. And for this to work, you're gonna have these instructions on the right-hand side that you're gonna wanna make sure you follow because there's some specific things that you have to do, things you don't wanna change and so forth. So I'm not gonna get into that in this video, but we're gonna go over a couple examples. And the first example I want to share with you is what would happen if you decided you want to refinance to get a lower interest rate. So in this example, we're going to say that you initially bought your home for $150,000. You have about $121,000 left on your mortgage, and you bought this about 10 years ago. So you have 20 years left on your mortgage, and you want to go from a 5% to a 4%. How is this going to impact you in your pocketbook? How is this going to, what is this going to show us? So far you would have paid close to $70,000 over the last 10 years. And your total interest that you would pay would be $139,000. Your payment is $108 a month, and it's at a 5% interest. So we're going to say that it cost you $2,000 to get this new loan, and it's going to drop you from a 5% to a 4%. Your payment is going to go down to $579 a month. That's a savings of $225 a month. Now, for most people, this is that no-brainer. This is the no-brainer that would say, I need to refinance because I can get my payment down over $225 a month. But the thing that they forget is that clock, that 30-year clock starts all over. And instead of saving you money, at the end of the day, you're gonna be paying an extra $19,000 in interest on this loan. That's crazy. What you thought was a good, smart investment, smart financial decision actually cost you more money in the end. So this is going to help you make better decisions. But here's the magic. Let's go to example 2. What if you're like, Tyler, I can still afford $805 a month, but it just makes sense to pay less in interest? What would happen if I pay that extra $225 a month that I'm saving and I put it on top of my monthly payment and I keep that $805 a month? Well, that's easy. So let's remove this $100. Oops, we don't want to do that. Let's remove this $100 here. Let's say no to this. Right here, it says apply monthly savings to the principal. Let's just say yes to this, okay? Yes. So now your payment increased to $805, and it's taking that $225 and applying it to your principal. And instead of paying an extra $20,000 in, you're going to be saving $20,000, and you're going to be cutting your mortgage down to 17 and a half years. Well, from the original, you're actually saving 2 years in time simply by reducing your interest by 1% and keeping the same monthly payment that you've been paying month after month after month. This is what's so exciting about this calculator, is you can actually see the impact and get excited and motivated by making those extra payments or making that additional payment. So let's take this one step further. What if you're like, Tyler, well, I can actually make an extra $100 on top of the $225 a month. Well, let's take a look at that. And we want to say, yes, we want to apply this extra payment. What would happen? Well, guess what? You just brought it from 17 down to 15 years. And you're saving $28,000 in interest because of that extra $100, or in total $325 a month that you're putting on top of your $579 mortgage payment. Now, one thing I do want to make sure I mention here is that these do not include your taxes and insurance. This is only in regards to your principal and interest. So make sure you keep that in mind, because your payment is going to be higher than this at the end of the day because of those two factors. But what is really cool about this, that goes into our third example, is, well, what's the difference between doing a 30-year loan and a 15-year loan? Well, right here is our example of a 15-year loan. 15-year loan, you're going to be doing it in 15 years, $27,000, $28,000. This is almost identical. But the difference here is that you are in a 30-year loan here, but you're making extra payments of $325 a month. In this example, your payment's increasing to $898 a month, no extra payments. It's $800, and that's what your mortgage payment is going to be, plus principal or plus taxes and insurance. And you're doing it in 15 years, and you're saving $28,000. It's almost identical. But this one, scenario one, gives us the flexibility in case something happens. You can't make those extra payments, that you now have that flexibility to keep that money, maybe not make those extra payments because you need that extra $325 for, a doctor's bill, or for an injury or for a car that you may need. So it gives you that flexibility. But I will tell you that just from my experience, if you say to yourself, I'm going to get that 15-year, you're probably going to be able to do it. And you're going to be more diligent, and you'll probably pay your home off faster than you would if you have a 30-year loan and you're like, well, I'm going to make that extra $325 a month. There tends to be a lot of excuses that come up. So just keep that in mind as you're going through these examples. Now, the last example that I want to go over is if you do a cash out refinance. And here's how it works. You're still going to put your original numbers right here, And then you're going to put how much your home is appreciated. So let's just say your home appreciated up to $250,000, okay? Well, this is gonna show you that you're gonna be able to take out approximately $78,000 in a cash out refinance that you could use towards investing. You could use towards an investment opportunity, real estate, a new business opportunity, a down payment on a rental property, the stock market, whatever it may be. You could have that $78,000 to use at your discretion. Now, you have to be very, very careful when you're playing with debt, because this is where a lot of people make mistakes. And so the question you need to ask yourself is, while this is going to cost me $152,000 over the course of 30 years, can I turn this $78,000 into more than $152,000 in interest over the course of 30 years? Well, I could conservatively say that the answer is yes. If you simply put it into a mutual fund or an index, you'll be able to do that. Just historically, we see the stock market increase 7 to 10% a year, and that just alone is going to give you a better return than the course of 30 years at a 4% cost. So it does make sense, but you want to make sure that it does make sense. And I'm not a financial advisor. Please go talk to your financial advisor. But this tool should help you tremendously. If you guys would like access to this tool, you can find a link down in the description for you guys to get access to that. Guys, the only thing I ask for in return is that you would like and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. All these are completely free. I'm not asking anything from you, so please like and subscribe. Guys, I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.